Give it a few more minutes for those who just joined. We're just going to wait to see if more people are going to come into the call. How are you guys doing today so far? You enjoying it?
Yes.
Hey, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Have you guys been doing other activities, or is this your first one?
No, I did it like 3 more.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Love to
So
see it. Yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes. Meantime, I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see that?
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. Let's see. Anybody else coming in? Oh, there's another one. Hello.
Hi there.
Nice, nice. Okay. If more people come in, I'll let them in, but we can get started for everyone who's here now. So welcome, guys. This activity is called Escape the Maze, and it's an intro to computer science and programming presented by SHEP, which is the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers at RPI. So, my name is Alexis, and I'm studying computer science, and I am in my second year. So I got 2 more to go. And yeah, so just some general class rules. Stay muted when you're not speaking. You can type questions in chat too if you want. And when it's question time, you can unmute to ask or answer a question. Yeah, so those are the basic rules. And let's get into it. So today we're going to be going over 3 main topics. Depending on time, we'll see how far we get with it. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is thinking like a programmer. So what does this mean? Thinking like a programmer. So there's something called pseudocode, which is a fancy word for writing out the steps of a program in English sentences before writing them in code. So for our first activity, we're going to practice doing this, and we're going to be writing out the steps to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. So actually give me 1 second. I gotta get this situated. Okay, so let me share my screen again. So we're going to come up with some steps as a class first before we get into what they actually should be. So can anybody give me the first step to making a peanut butter jelly sandwich?
Get bread.
Get the bread?
Bread.
Get bread, awesome. We can say get bread. Can anybody give me the next step? You can type it in chat or you can say it out loud. And let me look at chat right now.
Butter.
Get the peanut butter, awesome. Oops, peanut butter. What's next?
Get the jelly.
Yeah, awesome. Get the jelly. Now what? We got all the ingredients. Now what do we have to do?
Put it together.
Put it together. Awesome. Does anybody else have any other steps they want to include besides put it together? Open the peanut butter. Nice, nice. Open the peanut butter.
Put it in
Gotta
half.
open it. Cut it in half. You mean the bread?
Yes, after putting the peanut butter and jelly.
Okay. Oh, after you put the peanut butter jelly. So first we're gonna put the peanut butter and jelly. Put the peanut butter and jelly on the bread and cut it in half. Cut the sandwich in half. Right. All right, cool. We got a good list of steps here. Oh, I spelled sandwich wrong. There we go. So this is the steps we came up with. And this is a good start. Um, let me share this full screen again. Yep. But we actually probably missed a lot of steps. So in terms of computers, sometimes we say computers are dumb, in that they only know what we tell them and can only do what we tell them to do. So we have to be very specific. So now I'm going to show you a video, kind of showing how we have to think as we're programming so the computer doesn't get confused. And we're going to be watching this video on coding a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah. And let me know if you guys can hear this, or let me know if you can't hear it.
Each student used index cards to list, in pseudocode, the steps for making a sandwich. So let's see how they did. I'm the computer. Does this shirt make me look robotic? The first student up is James. Here are his steps. Put the bread on the plate. Open the peanut butter. Put the peanut butter on the bread. This is not going to end well. Let's try student number 2. Martha's program starts with more detail. Open the bread. Remove 2 slices. Place the slices on the plate. Open the peanut butter. Spread the peanut butter on the bread. Open the jelly. This is getting messy. Martha obviously skipped a step or 2. Student number 3, Andre, offers better detail. Open the bread. Remove 2 slices. Place slices on the plate. If the peanut butter is closed, open it and proceed to step 6. Pick up the knife. Dip the knife in the peanut butter. Spread the peanut butter on 1 slice of bread. Now that's a little more like it. Andre made very specific.
All right, so I hope you guys could hear that. I couldn't hear it on my end, so I'm not sure. But awesome, cool. Okay, so but yeah, as you saw, we have to be really specific with our steps that we tell the computer, because if not, silly things like that happen where we put the jar on top of the bread that's not even open, or we use our fingers to get the peanut butter. So yeah, so that's what I mean when I say we have to think like a programmer and make sure that we're telling the computer exactly what we want it to do, so it knows what we want it to do and it does it. So yeah. So we're gonna move on.
Each student.
I'm gonna play it again. There we go. All right. So now we're going to move on to the activity, escape the maze block coding. So block coding is a form of coding usually used for beginners on learning how to code. In our activity today, we're going to be dragging and dropping blocks of code to complete a maze. So let's go over some of the blocks that we're going to use. So this is how the website looks. So this is how the first maze looks. It's pretty simple. It's just a straight line, and there are 10 levels, and they keep getting harder as you go on. And this red button here is the run button. So once you're done coding your program, then you can press run and see it play to see if it works. So we have a few blocks that I want to go over. So the first block is the move forward block, and that block moves the player forward. We have a turn left block that turns the player left, not reft. Sorry for the typo. And we have a turn right block that turns the player right. And we also have 2 special blocks. These are a little bit more advanced. So we have a repeat until goal block. So basically, this repeats the code that we put inside this block until the player reaches the goal. And this will become useful later. And we also have a if block. So this block checks if something is true. And if it is, then it will run the code that we put inside the block. So what this is saying right now is if there is a path to the left, so if we can turn left, then do something. Yep. Okay. And these blocks also have a drop-down menu, so you can change it. So you could say if there's a path ahead, if there's a path to the left, or if there's a path to the right. So yeah, it can check all these things. And there is one more block. This is kind of like the if block, but it has one more layer. So this is a if-else block. So it gives you the option to do something else if what it's checking is not true. So for example, it says if there's a path ahead, do something else, or if there's not a path ahead, do something else. So yeah, an if-else block. And yeah, you can also change this one depending on what you need it for. So once you solve the maze, it's going to show you kind of your block coding, how it might look in actual program, in an actual programming language. So that's pretty cool. So it'll show you. So for example, this is two move forward blocks in JavaScript, which is a programming language. And you also have a block limit. So you have to really think about how to make this as simple but effective as possible. So try to think how you can use the blocks to your advantage so you're not using too many, such as the repeat block. So you don't have to repeat steps all the time. You can just put in a repeat block. Yeah, and this is a fun extra. You can customize your character. There's a drop-down menu in the top right. You can choose the regular player, a spaceman, or a panda. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to get into the code. I'm going to send you guys this link in the chat. And you guys can let me know when you're ready. So go ahead and go to that link. It should look like this. Let me show you real quick. Hold on, if I can get there. It should look like this once you get to the website. Yeah, panda, you can change to a panda if you want. So yeah, once you get to the website, it'll look like this, and I want you guys to click on the maze circle when it says maze. So let me stop sharing and delete all the answers. Let me get rid of all this. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're gonna do the first one together. And once we do that, I will let you guys try it on your own and see how far you get in maybe like, let's say 10, 15 minutes. And then when time's up, we'll go over all the levels. So let me just take out the answers here. All right, so we're gonna go over the first one. Let me reshare my screen. Share. Okay, so let's go over the first level, just to start you guys off. This one's pretty simple. Oh man, the answer is still there. So if we run the program how it is now with just one move forward block, we can see that the player doesn't reach the goal, right? So can anybody tell me what block we need to add for the player to reach the goal? Yeah, Anaya, I
Move
saw you
forward.
raise hand. Yeah, move forward. Awesome. So we just need one more. You can press reset and then run the program again. And there you have it. You have completed the first level. So I want you guys to try to get as far as you can in these levels. Once you complete it, you can just press OK and you'll move on to the next one. I'm going to give you 10 minutes and then we'll check back and see how you guys are doing, okay? And if you have any questions, feel free to unmute or type it in chat.
I am sorry. Could you explain again? Because my daughter couldn't understand.
Yep, I will explain it again. Here, I will show the first level again. Um, Let me get there real quick. Oh, that's the 10th level. Okay, so this is what the website looks like. The website link is in the chat. If you need me to send it again, I can. But once you get to the website, it'll look like this, and you can click on Maze, and then you're gonna have 10 levels. And as you go through these levels, they're gonna get harder. And you have these blocks to move the characters. So for example, for this first level, we have one move forward block there already. So if we run the program, we see that it doesn't get all the way to the goal, right? So we would have to add one more block to get our character to the goal. So the block that we would have to move in this case, as we can see, the character needs to go forward a little bit more. So we'll add one more move forward block. And then if we try to play it again, it will run it and then it will reach the goal. So yeah, just drag the blocks out from the menu onto the screen to add it to your code, and then press the play button to test it. And if you guys need to throw out any of your blocks like you don't need it, just drag it over to the trash can. Yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions or need me to explain anything specific.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Just checking in. We have like, I'm gonna give you guys maybe like 5 more minutes. If you guys want to drop in the chat what level you're up to, just so I know where some of us are at, if you want to. 8. Nice. That's awesome.
I'm only at level 4, but I think I'm, making progress while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. No problem. Wherever you guys are at, that's fine. All right, cool. So I'll let you guys keep working on that. And don't worry, no matter where you guys get up to, we're gonna go over all of them at the end. Oh, I just realized I was muted. But yeah, Samantha, I saw your message. But yeah, they are kind of hard. It took me a little bit to do some of the later levels too, so totally fine. If you need help, you can ask me. I'll give you guys a few more minutes, then we'll go over everything.
I need help on level 4.
Level 4? Okay, cool. Let's go to that level. We'll work it out together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me stop sharing to make sure I take away the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's take this out. Okay. Okay. Let me share again. So walk me through what you have so far. What blocks did you decide to put first? I think it was Samantha who asked the question, right?
It was me.
Oh, okay. Got it. So yeah, walk me through what you have so far. What blocks did you decide to put?
I put repeat until destination,
Okay.
turn right,
Mm-hmm.
forward, turn right.
Okay, awesome. So let's see what this does, and then we'll see what we can do to fix it. Oh wait, sorry. You said move forward first. Oh no, you said turn right, move forward, then turn right, right?
I did.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, you can see it running as it goes, and we can see that it just keeps turning right and moving forward and kind of just going back and forth in place. So let's see why this is happening. So if we look at what we have to do first, what do we have to do first to get to the destination? The quickest way. What should we do first here?
Move forward.
Yeah. So instead of turn right first, we're gonna do the first thing that we need to do and do move forward. So when you're coding, think about what's the most important thing that you have to do, and do that first. So we're gonna move forward first, and let's see what that does. So right now it's just gonna keep moving forward and not do anything. So what do we have to do once we move forward? Oh, why is it doing this? That's weird. Oh, because these are out here. My bad. Okay, so now we're moving forward, right? What do we have to do next?
Turn right.
Turn right. Let's see what that does. Oops, turn the wrong way. So which way do we actually have to turn?
Turn left.
Yeah, turn left. So there we go. So now let's see what this does. Move forward, turn left. Move forward, turn left. Oh, so we ran into an issue here. It's turning left. I think, actually, let me see what I wrote for this one. Yeah, okay. So we're moving forward and turning left, right? But now once we get up here, we don't have to turn left again. Where do we actually have to turn?
Turn right.
Yeah. So if you can see, now that we can see this pattern kind of forming, right? We have to go forward, turn left, move forward, turn right, and then it'll continue again. So let's turn right instead. Oh, no, sorry. Move forward again, because we have to move forward once we turn left. And then we have to turn right. So now let's see what this does. Move forward, turn left, move forward, turn right, move forward, turn left, move forward, turn right. And there we go. That's the solution for that one. Yeah, you have the right idea with using the repeat block. Just think about the steps that you're gonna have to repeat. So what's the first step that he had to do? He had to move forward, right? And then the second step, turn left. And then he had to move forward again. And then he had to turn right. And then after that, the loop repeats. He has to start moving forward again. Yeah, hope that helps. And I think we can go over the rest of them now. So if you guys want to drop in chat again, what level you guys got up to now that we're at the end?
I'm on 5.
Level 5? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
6, sorry.
6, 10. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. Okay, so let's go over everything. So I'm going to use a space guy here. So the first one we already know. Move forward twice. That one's pretty easy. Nice, right? Okay. Second one, we have to move forward first, and then where do we have to turn? Left, right? So now we're facing this way, then we have to move forward, and then we have to turn right and move forward. So this one, we don't have any repeat blocks, so that means we can just code it one by one each step because this maze isn't that big, right? So we're moving forward, turning left, moving forward, turning right, moving forward, and that's the end of the maze. Awesome. And if you guys have questions, feel free to leave it in the chat or unmute yourself. I can stop and explain it more. So this one, we have our first repeat until block. We can use a repeat until. So obviously this maze is a little bit longer than the other ones, right? And our only direction that we have to go in is forward. So to do this without using a lot of move forward blocks, we just say repeat until the goal, move forward. So just move forward until you get to the goal. And that's it. Okay, so next one. We just went over this one. We're gonna repeat until the goal, the 4 steps that we have to do. So move forward, turn left, move forward, turn right. And then that's gonna repeat until we get to the goal. Awesome. Okay, so now on to level 5. So for this one, we can still use a repeat until for this long part here, like we did for the first one, right? But we need to get there first, because we can't just say repeat until the goal, move forward, because we have to turn first, right? So something we can do is we can use a mix. We can use the blocks one by one, and we can also use a repeat until. So we can start by moving forward twice, right? I'm gonna do it. We can start by moving forward twice. That gets us to this point. Then we have to turn left, right? And then we can repeat until the goal move forward. Once we've made that left turn. And there you have it. Awesome. Cool. Next one, level 6. So, if you look at this maze, you might notice that there are only left turns in this maze, right? So that can be our pattern. We can say, now we introduce our if block, right? So this is checking if something is true. So we have repeat until the goal, move forward, and if there's a path to the left, turn left, and then it'll keep moving forward. So we run this and this works. So see how it checks every single time if there is a path to the left, and if there is, it will turn left and then keep moving forward. Okay? And it'll keep doing that until we get to the goal. Awesome. And as you can see, this JavaScript code, which I mentioned earlier, is a programming language, is getting longer as well as we start using more complicated blocks. So yeah. So now level 7. So as you can see, this one looks a little trickier because it has these little paths that lead to dead ends. But if you pay attention to the path that we actually need to take to get to the goal and ignore these, then you can figure out how to code for it. So all we have to do here is move forward until we get to this part here. And then where do we have to turn? Can anybody tell me? Right, left, forward. Anyone? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So we have to turn left, right? And I know it's a little bit hard to tell because the person is facing this way, but if we think about where he's facing, we do have to turn right. So we're going to turn right, and then we have to go forward, and here we have to turn right again, and then we have to turn right again. So that's the shortest path. So like in the last one where we only had to turn left, in this one we only have to turn right. So we're going to repeat until the goal, move forward, and if there's a path to the right, turn right. And these might be a little tricky because, like I said, you have to imagine you're facing the same direction that the player is facing, and see where he has to turn. So he's always turning right. And then as you can see, we can basically ignore this part over here. We don't even need to go on that path or these paths. You could just take this short path. And yeah, it's now up to level 8. I saw someone dig it up to this level, so that's awesome. So for this one, it's a little bit trickier. So as you can see, we're not only turning in one direction, we're turning in both directions. So what does that mean? We have to check every single time that we're moving forward if there's a path to the left or if there's a path to the right. So you have to check for both. So we're going to say repeat until the goal, move forward. If there's a path to the left, turn left. And if there's a path to the right, turn right. So, and then that should work. So it's going to check each time, left and right, left and right. And if there's a path to the left or right, it will turn and then continue moving forward. And this should get all the way to the goal. Let's wait for it to finish running. And as you guys can see, they do give you more blocks that you can use. See, it says we have 4 blocks left. So if you guys did it differently, that's totally fine, as long as it works, right? Programmers also all don't program in the same way. You can have many different answers to one problem. In level 5, you're moving forward, turning left, and moving forward. We can go over that one again real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, Samantha, what is the first thing we have to do? What is the first thing we have to do here to get to this point? Let's just look at this piece first. What do we have to do?
Move forward.
Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna move forward. Let's do that one time. Okay, now what do we have to do?
Turn left.
Turn left already?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, so you see, if we turn left here, we didn't get to the actual turn yet. So what do we have to do before we do that turn left? One more block in between. What do we have to do?
Move forward again.
Yes. Awesome. So that'll get us to the turn, and then turn left like you said. And now, if you remember from that really simple maze that was a long straight line, we can do a repeat until the goal to cover the rest of the maze. So we're going to say repeat until, and what do we have to do here until the end of the maze? What's the only thing we have to do?
Move forward, turn left.
Turn left? Where do we have to turn left? From here to the goal, we only have to move forward. So yeah, that's fine. So we did have to turn left in the beginning, because we had to get onto this path, right? We had to move forward, turn left, like you said. But now that we're facing the goal, all we have to do is move forward. So we can just say repeat until move forward, and then that should work. So yeah, good job. And if you guys need any help on any other ones, we can go over them again. Let's go back to, ooh, not 9, 8. So this one we already went over actually. Like I said, we have to check each time if there's a path to the left, turn left. If there's a path to the right, turn right.
Move forward,
Um,
forward.
oh, who's speaking?
The rest of it.
Oh, Samantha, do you have another question?
No, I don't.
Okay. If you can mute, please. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. I love that you're thinking out loud though. That does help. So now let's move on to 9. Okay, so this one's super complicated, right? This one looks crazy. This one has dead ends. It has different paths that we don't need to go down. So let's try to ignore the paths that we don't need to go down and focus on what we actually have to do, right? So find the simplest path. So the simplest path to the goal is going to be moving forward, turning left, moving up, and then coming here, right? So we can also go around this little thing. It depends on how you coded it. Like I said, there's many different answers to the same problem most of the time. So for my answer, I said repeat until the goal. If there's a path ahead, move forward, right? So if there's a path ahead, it's going to move forward. If there's not a path ahead, we're going to check if there's a path to the left. And if there is, we're going to turn left. If there's not, we're going to turn right. So this covers all 3 directions, right? So we're going to check forward, yes, no, left, yes. Yep, and it's going to move forward. And by doing this, there's different ways you could have done this. You could have used the same program that we used for level 8 for this, and it would have gone around this little square thing. So let's try, actually, I'll show you guys that. It should work. Let's do the same thing we did for level 8. Let's say we're going to move forward, and then we're going to say, oh, let me delete these. If there's a path to the left, turn left. If there's a path to the right, else turn right, right? And let's see if that works. Oh, did not work. Let me try the one from 8. So yeah, you guys can kind of play around with this and find different answers to the same thing. Let's see. Let's take this out and say if there's a path to the left, turn left. That's what it was. There we go. This is the one from 8. If there's a path to the right, turn right. So let's see if this works. See if we can find a different answer to our problem here than the one we had before. Just to show you guys that there can be more than one answer. All right. Yeah, so this is another possible solution you could have had. See, it'll end up going forward. Yeah. But this one might not work as well because it's going to go down all these paths and it'll take a while longer to get to the solution. So yeah, the solution we had before was the best one. And then number 10, this one's super tricky. It took me a little bit to get it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to, the reason why this one's tricky is because we can't just check if there's a left path or right path because we could go down this dead end here. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat until the goal. If there's a path to the left, turn left and move forward. Else, if there's a path ahead, move forward. Else, turn right. So this is going to cover all our directions and make sure that we don't hit any dead ends. So in order to get this kind of complicated problem, you need to think about what is the most important thing you need to do and prioritize it. So I don't know if any of you got up to level 10, but if you did, they gave you a hint saying try to follow the left wall. So that just means whenever possible, try to make a left turn and get through the maze that way. So that's the first thing we said. If there's a path to the left, turn left and move forward. And if there's not a path to the left, then we can adjust to see how we're going to solve the maze if there's no left turn. So we said, if there's a path ahead, move forward, else turn right. And that takes care of the dead ends. As you saw, I made a little U-turn in the dead end, right? Yeah,
I think
that one was pretty
California's
hard.
level 9.
What was that?
On level 9.
You want to go over level 9 again?
Yes.
Okay, got you. So for level 9, we say repeat until, and we know that the simplest path to get to the goal is this one, right? This one, and we can ignore everything else. So we're going to say, if there's a path ahead, so for in this example, when he's starting, there is a path ahead, so he's going to go forward. If there's a path ahead, move forward. If there's not a path ahead, we have to check whether or not we're going to go left or right. So if there's a path to the left, turn left. If there's a path to the right, turn right. I think this is the one I had before. Yeah. Yep. And that's how it should work. Actually, let me try to simplify this a little bit more really quickly because we have a little bit of time. We can also say, let's try this. Since there's not really any right turns, maybe we don't need the else to turn right. See, there's only left turns. So let's see if we can make this even more efficient with less blocks. We could, see? So there's a lot of different ways to do it. And this one is a better solution than the last one because we use less blocks. And the reason why it works, and the reason why we say if there's a path ahead, move forward, is because we can see that there's a lot of these little turns that we don't need to go down, right? So we don't want to just say if there's a path to the left or right, turn left or right, because that's not always the best option, right? So we want to say the most important thing is to go forward. So if there's a path ahead, move forward. Only if there's not a path ahead, then we'll check if we need to turn left or right. Yeah. Okay, Samantha, you said you need help on level 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this will be the last one we go over just so we can try the turtle drawing before you guys go. So level 6. Samantha, can you tell me what's the first thing we need to do in this level?
I was muted. If path.
Okay, yeah, don't worry. So if path, okay. Now, next, what did you do next?
I put go forward.
Inside
So
the if path?
inside the repeat until end
Okay.
path, I did go forward, go up, go forward, go down, then go down.
Okay, so you put all that into the if path block.
Yes.
Okay,
No,
so
into the repeat till destination block.
okay, I see. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna walk you through it then, how we should be doing this. And what was the problem that you had? Where was it getting stuck?
It was getting stuck when it went to going up the second stage.
Okay, got you. So let's walk through this. So yeah, you're right to use repeat until. Awesome. So remember what we said about thinking about the most important thing to do first and doing that first. So what's the most important thing we need to do right now when he's starting? Where does he have to go?
Go forward.
Awesome. So yeah, you had the right idea, so move forward. And then once he gets here, let's play that. Once he gets to the end of this little section right here, what does he have to do to not fall off? What does he have to
He's
do
gonna
once he gets?
He's gonna have to move right.
Well, facing from his direction, it would be left, so up here. Yeah. But yeah, you have the right idea. You have to turn, right? So now we have to say we're going to turn. So we don't always want to turn after we move forward, right? Because we only want to turn when there's a path to the left. So we're going to say, just like you said, we're going to use the if path to the left block. And if there is a path to the left, we're going to turn left. So this is going to work because there are only left turns in this maze. So all we have to do is move forward until we get to a part where we have a left turn. And if we do, then we turn left. Turn left.
Okay.
Yeah. So does that make sense?
It does.
Awesome. And if you watch him as he's going through the maze, it might help you guys understand better. See how he's checking every single time if there's a left path. And then if there is, he goes. Awesome. So I hope you guys had fun with that. I'm so glad that you guys got up to the levels that you got up to. That's awesome. Especially since you just learned about these blocks. So that's awesome, guys. And now, if you guys want to click on, actually, let me go back to our presentation real quick. All right, so we have about 10 more minutes, and I will just introduce you to something that you can play around with later. After, if you have other activities, you can continue later, or you can continue right after this. Turtle programming. So this is something called Turtle, and it's used to make little graphics and shapes and pictures and things like that. So it's a little fun little coding exercise. So this is how Turtle will look. This is level 1. And I'll go over the first level with you guys, maybe the second level if we have time. And if you want to continue after this session to play around with coding more, you can do so. It's definitely really fun. So this is how the first level looks. Oh, Samantha, I think you're unmuted again. Oh, I got you. I got you with the link. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll send the link to you again. And anybody else who needs the link, I saw someone came and joined a little late. So if you need the link, I put it in chat. And once you get there, just click, I think it says turtle, but I'll show you guys. So this is how the level 1 works, looks. So in this level, you're gonna draw a square. And as you can see, this one has an extra little button here where you can change how fast the turtle goes, so how fast it draws your picture. So that's convenient if you wanted to see it go faster. So these blocks are similar, but they're a little bit different because you're drawing things. So you have your move forward blocks that we had from before, but they have an extra thing by 100. So this means by 100 steps. So you can actually change how far you want your turtle to move forward. So you could say by 50, by 100, by 150, whatever. So how much it moves forward. And your turn blocks also have something that lets you determine how many degrees they turn. So they can make a full right or left turn by doing 90 degrees. They can turn around completely by doing 180 degrees, or they can turn around and come back to the spot where they were looking at with 360 degrees. So you guys can play around with that. So there's a menu on the side. These are the turtle blocks that move the turtle. And then you also have a menu for loops. So this is like our repeat blocks in the last exercise, except they're a little bit different. Instead of repeat until a goal, you are able to repeat your code a certain amount of times that you want. So in this case, it says repeat this set of code 4 times. So that might help you guys out. Oh, Samantha, I'll show you in a second what we're on. Yeah, so this is instead of repeating code until you reach a goal, this block repeats the code inside it a certain number of times. So we're gonna go back to the website. If you click on the link, you'll come back to here, and I want you guys to click on turtle. And give me 1 second. I'm just gonna plug in my computer real quick. It's gonna die. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the first one, and then you guys can play around with it. So this wants you to create a program that draws a square, right? Simple enough. For the first level. So we know a square has 4 sides, right? So we're definitely gonna have to repeat a little bit of code here, because to make a square, we need to, if you think about it like we did the maze, go forward, turn right, go forward, turn right, go forward, turn right, until we make the square, right? So that's gonna be what we're going to repeat. So we know we need to have a loop. We can repeat it 4 times because a square has 4 sides, right? And we're gonna move forward by, let's say, 100. Let's try that first, actually. Let's see how far 100 means. So we're gonna test how far 100 goes. I'm gonna say run program. Okay, so as we can see, 100 is a good length, right? That's the size of the square that they want. So now we can add the loop. We have to move forward by 100. And can anybody tell me what's the next thing we have to do to draw the next side of the square? What do we have to do?
Turn right.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Samantha. So we're going to turn right by 90 degrees, because 90 degrees is the degrees of each corner of a square. So we're going to turn right by 90 degrees, and then this will repeat 4 times. So let's try it. And as you can see, we can slow it down. We can speed it up. Let's speed it up. Wow, that was quick, right? I'm going to slow it down for you guys so you can see each step. Let's make it very slow. Move forward, turn right, move forward, turn right, move forward, turn right, move forward, turn right. Awesome. And that is how, see this, this is a little bit more complicated JavaScript code because we're using a certain amount of times to repeat instead of just until a goal. So you can see that here, it's pretty cool. And yeah, let's try level 2 real quick before we finish up our session. So change your program to draw a pentagon instead of a square. Okay, so as you can see, a pentagon has 5 sides instead of 4, right? So this is going to change how many times we want our code to repeat. So we're going to change this to 5. And the first thing we have to do, just like in the square, is move forward, right? And let's say move forward by 100. That should work. That's the size they want. And then we're going to turn right, but instead of turning right by 90, we're going to change the angle because pentagons have a different angle inside of each corner. So if we ran it how it is now, it's not going to work because pentagons don't have 90-degree angles. It's going to make a square again. So we're going to change it. I think it might be 45. Let's try that. No, not 45. That makes a huge. Let's try 72. Awesome. There we go. So it gives you options in the drop-down menu, so you can play around with that. So a pentagon's interior angles are 72 degrees. So if we go forward and turn right by 72 degrees 5 times, then it's going to make a pentagon. Yep. That is that for the little demo for Turtle. You guys can play around with that, like I said, after we're done or after your sessions are done. So let's wrap this up now. Yep. I just want to say thank you guys for coming to my session. I hope you had fun. Did you guys have fun? You could drop it in chat. You can tell me. I'm so glad.
Very much fun.
Yay, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys came. I'm so glad you guys had fun. Definitely play around with it more on your own because it's really fun.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your time. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Of course. Bye-bye. Of course, of course. Hope you guys have a good rest of your BFTAD activities. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your support.
Of course. Anytime. Please enjoy the rest of your
It is first time we understand
That's awesome, and
My
did so
daughter,
well. Hmm.
that can we use this link to learn better?
Yeah. Oh, to learn letters? I'm not sure if you can learn letters on this. Let me see. Mm, I'm not sure. I haven't
No,
seen
no,
learning letters, but there are other
not
games that.
letters. Can we use this link every time?
Oh yeah, you can use a link every time. It's just a website. You can go on there and play all the games. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
so
of
much.
course. Of course, of course. Thank you for coming. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a nice day.